Good morning, day 60 on trail. Getting ready to head out from the Seth Warner Shelter. This is a campfire area here. And there's the shelter last night. There were a total of 5 of us in there. A few people. There was a leadership training course, wilderness leadership course. There were people out here for the course. But we'll see what today holds. It's supposed to be another temperature warning, high temperatures. So we'll see what that holds for us. And I am just playing it by ear. 9 miles yesterday was extremely hard for me. Today in our initial plan it was 20 miles, followed by 17 miles or 20. Stealth camp the first stop, a shelter the second stop. But I want to enjoy my hike. I'm not out here to pound out the miles. And yesterday was not fun. Not in the least. It's very difficult here in Vermont. A lot of roots, a lot of mud. And it's very tedious, very slow hiking because of that. So if I was to really think I could do 20 miles and that kind of stuff, it would take me probably 14 to 16 hours to do that. So again, just going to play it by ear. Take a lot of breaks and stay very, very hydrated. All right, off the side trail and ready to start the morning. Going to go ahead and put the phone down. Again, it's very muddy, rooty, and rocky in places. But the biggest part being the mud. Makes it a little slippery. As you can see, it's rather overgrown in the area. So sometimes it's difficult to just see the trail and what's laying beneath your feet. But I am excited to see how far I make it today. Just taking my time. With a full pack, normally what I do is I'll hike 1 hour or 2 miles, whichever comes first, and then I'll rest. Take my pack off, have a little snack if need be, make sure I have plenty of water, stay hydrated. But this morning the water's close by. It's like 0.3 miles away. It's the same place I went to last night. So I'll go ahead and get some water, because then there's not another water spot for, geez, almost 11 miles or something. It's ridiculous out here. I don't know if there are people that do trail magic, put water caches out. But it is a little difficult on extremely hot days like this when the water is few and far between. And the water source would be even further than what I hiked yesterday with my full pack. So that's another concern. So we'll just see. Like I say, all I can do is play it by ear. All I can do is play it by ear. There is a stop. We do cross a highway area, a roadway that leads in the town of Bennington. So I could take a look and see if I just need to get off there, go into town. Maybe I can figure out a way to get a shuttle driver and slackpack a couple days. I don't know. But wow. So see all this mud. So I'm going to go ahead and put the phone down before I drop it in the mud. Nice little area over there, big pond far away, and I'm going to stop here and fill up with water because it's like 11 miles until the next water stop. I think I'm going to cross over and then come back, maybe just my water bottles, I don't know. Not sure yet. Going past another pond area over there and making my way through on the boards here. I'm not going to walk along with my phone out. There were already 2 boards that were broken, and with some of the overgrowth it was hard to tell, and I almost fell in. And that is definitely what I do not want to do in a boggy area. So I'm going to go ahead and put the phone away. Hiking along the side of this little creek here. Not sure how long I'll be beside it, but it's nice and cooler down here than it is when I'm away from this creek. So I appreciate that we get to walk beside it. High heat index again today, so staying well hydrated and hopefully in the forest more than out in the open. This is the view from the top of Harmon Hill, 2,354 feet. Down there is the town of Bennington. It's a little hazy. I'm not sure what that monument is right there. But again, that is Bennington, Vermont down there, and I'm at the top of Harmon Hill. A mom and her 2 daughters just passed me going southbound. They're out for the week doing some hiking. And she was telling me that at the bottom of the hill here, where Route 9 is, going into Bennington, that somebody's doing trail magic. They have a shelter set up with some shade so you're out of the sun, and they're cooking and cold drinks. So I know I can make it at least a mile, put a little kick in my step. It's pretty steep, but I'll get down there, and then I'm going to reevaluate what I'm doing for the day. Right now I'm leaning towards trying to find a ride into Bennington so I can just get off trail for the day. It is super hot again, 100-degree heat index, and I'm just worn out. Yesterday it wore me out, 17 miles in that heat, and today it'll be, I think, 9, and I'm just, it's just too much for me. Call me a weenie, call me what you want. It's just too much for me, so I think I'll go into Bennington and find a place. I don't know if there's a hostel. I'll have to do some research, but at least to get off the trail and in some air conditioning for the rest of the day. And this is the trail heading down, a little bit steep. Like I say, I only have a mile to go. Coming across to the William D. MacArthur Memorial Bridge, 1977. It was built wow. Big old pine tree down there. Oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful way to start the morning before hitting the hill. I think to the very summit, I don't know, 4 miles or something to the very, very summit. Bit of a climb, level out, then climb again. Okay, so this where it get a little bit confusing. You see, it looks like there could be a trail that goes up that way. There's a trail that goes down that way. And there are not any markings. So now I have to pull out my app and take a look, see which way I'm going. Taking another look, way down here on a tree is the blaze. Where I was standing, a leaf was covering it up. But now that I have moved a little bit, there's the blaze. The name of this rock is Split Rock. I guess you can tell for obvious reasons. But we get to go right between it. It's a little cooler in here. That's nice. That's very nice. I have 1.6 miles left to the top of this part of the ascent before I get to level off for a little bit and then climb some more. It is still a warm day and I just can't get over how much I'm sweating. I mean, it's been several days now and I just don't normally sweat like this. But I just can't get over the amount I'm sweating. I think in 1 hour I could fill 2 liters of my water bottles. I've gone 1.6 miles in 1.5 hours. I stopped by, or came across a stream here. So I drank a liter, and then I filled up another liter, more electrolytes in it. And now I'll move on. The next stream is 1.6 miles ahead from here. So I'll stop again at that point and fill up again. Keep doing this along the way until I hopefully get to Kid Gore Shelter, which is still another 12 miles off, but we'll see if that'll happen. All right, come to an opening where there's a bit of a view to the west. Down there is Bennington. That's where I stayed last night. That's about it. A little hazy, so tough to see, but at least it's a bit of a view and there's a beautiful breeze up here. It feels so good. Hopefully it'll dry off my sweat, so whew, cool off a little. All right, Glastonbury Wilderness Green Mountain National Forest. This is the southern end of it. Starting back up another hill. I have made it to the next little bit of a stream here. Well, not a little bit, this is a bigger stream. I'm going to go ahead and drink a liter and take a liter. Also going to take a look and see where the next water source will be. See if I need to carry more than what I'm already carrying. It's a pretty little stream. Whoops, oh, that went out of focus for a bit. Yeah, this is a nice stream along here. If I didn't have so much KT tape or bandages on my feet, I'd take my shoes and socks off and soak my feet. But I have way too many bandages on for that. Well, it's been a little less than 3 hours since I started. In the shuttle with me was Prom Queen. But since starting, I have not seen anybody in the last 3 hours out here on the trail. It's definitely rocky and muddy and rooty. It'll be that way. I'm gathering all the way till I finish. Not sure about the muddy as much as here in Vermont. It's going to be interesting to see how I do come tomorrow and about the next 5 days, because it's supposed to start raining tomorrow and then off and on rain for like 4 days. So with all the mud that's already here, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like after all that rain. So we'll see how I handle all of that. This stuff here is good. No big mud pits to try and get around. The hardest part with the mud pits are you don't know exactly where you can step all the time, because there are times I'll put my poles in to see, okay, is it a little bit harder under the surface or is it soft? And a couple times I put my poles in. I bet they sank a good 18 inches down into the goop. So I sure wouldn't want to step in one of those areas and chance losing my shoe as I'm trying to pull my foot back out, because I'm sure it would create quite the suction. But this area right here has been really good. So once I come to another good mud pit, I'll take another video. Another little break in the trees is giving a view south. There we go. Just finished taking about a 15-minute break. Had one pack of my tuna fish and part of my gluten-free roll. Drank a bunch of water. I sat on the rock right here. Sat on this rock, which was very nice. A flat rock. Put my little seat pad down on there. Had my lunch. Just looking down the trail. Still have not seen one other person on the trail here. So I have reached the northern border of the Glastonbury Wilderness Green Mountain National Forest. I did not look to see how far apart they are, the northern border and southern border, but I guess I should be very excited. I have reached the northern border, so yeehaw! A milestone of some sort, I am sure. I'm still making the climb. This has been a really, really long day for climbing. Because you go up a little, down a little, up a little, down a little, but you just keep on going. And I think I'm near the tail end of the climb. For this portion of it anyway. That is a big tree branch. Well, I guess it was half the tree that fell off. It's a big old tree. It's been a long day. I'm very thankful that the sun was behind clouds for some of it, and especially during lunch. Actually, the sky looked like it was going to rain. It got pretty dark during lunch. It was so nice not to have the sun on me while eating. If I see a good place to sit down, I'm going to do such. Take my pack off for a few minutes and sit on down. Oh, I have made it to the top of Glastonbury Mountain. Elevation is like 3,750 feet. There's a really big fire tower here, but it's closed, so you can't climb it and get any views. So the trees have all grown, obviously, around, and so there aren't any views from here. But yep, 4 miles to the shelter. There was a stream. There was a shelter I just passed. That's not the one I wanted to stop at tonight. So although it's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm going to continue on to the next one. I should get there by 7. Just enough time to set everything up, grab a bite to eat. Sorry for all the moving around. The bugs are getting at me. To set up the tent, get the air mattress blown up, all that done. Make a little something to eat and go to bed. But again, it's about I think it's 4.2 miles from here. So, almost 4, a little more than 4. But I filled up at water back at this last shelter. Man, a long time in between water resupply places. Hooey, but I made it. And I'm very thankful that, although it was supposed to be a sunny day, the sun was behind the clouds most of the day. So that was, that was great, and I'm very thankful for that. Whew, I'm still winded from climbing up that hill. Oh my God. That was pretty much, it was the majority of my day climbing that hill. And now I've just got some smaller ups and downs until I get to the shelter. I think Prom Queen, she was gonna stay at that shelter tonight. And a guy I just met at the stream, he came in after I finished filling my water bottles. His name is, Chuckles. I think you said Chuckles. And he's trying to make it down to this next shelter as well. That'll just put me closer to the road that I get picked up at tomorrow. If I had it in me, I'd like to keep going, but doggone, not getting started until 8:45. I just got such a late start. I was hoping to get further down the trail so that tomorrow I would only have 4 miles or so to the pickup point. I could get in early enough to resupply with some food, because I'm going to have to do a resupply while I'm there. But if I don't get in till late, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to resupply and then get back out the next morning. So hopefully it works that I can get there early enough and get a resupply done. Just a couple days. I don't need a lot. Just a 2-day resupply to get me up to the next pickup point for a hostel. Just kind of work my way up with these big climbs. I like to only carry a couple days worth of food so the pack isn't so heavy. Right now I filled up with 2 liters of water, so that's 4 extra pounds. They said there is one spring is unreliable at the shelter I'm going to. So I don't know how much further north the reliable spring is, but it said there is a reliable spring north of it. So it just didn't tell me how much farther north. I'm glad to be going downhill gradually and not a steep downhill. Man, this trail club here, they haven't been out in a while. There are so many blowdowns. Some of them you really have to walk far around. I don't know how often they come out and take care of things, but it looks like they have not been out in a while. And then they tell you, stay on the trail, don't go off to the side. You're stepping on the vegetation. Well, you don't give us a choice when you're not out here cleaning up your, well, not your mess, but the mess on your trail that you're responsible for. The weather forecast had called for rain tomorrow. No rain today, but there would be rain tomorrow afternoon or evening. And doggone if it didn't, the skies opened up and it poured on us. There was a young boy who was passing me at the time when I say us. But yeah, it wasn't as fast as I could. I was trying to get my pack cover on and get my poncho out and trying to get it over me. This is my first time having to put the poncho, try to pull it down over my back. I don't know if it worked or not. I guess it did. But that was rather rough trying to do. Normally I had Chica with me or Martian, somebody with me to help pull that down over the back of the big pack. But I was able to get it. Ooh, I'll tell you what, it just kept raining and raining and raining. Which, you know what that means? More mud. I gotta love it. Yeah, there's a little pond down there. I have 1.5 miles to the shelter I'm trying to get to for the night. I was hoping to get there by 7, which is close to hiker midnight. But I think I might be able to get in a little bit earlier. I believe it's a little after 5, 1.5 miles left, and I'm so tired that it's probably going to take me another hour. So I'll be getting in a little after 6. So that's good. Not quite sure how I'm going to handle. Oh boy. Changing into night clothes. If there's a lot of people at the shelter, maybe there'll be some tent spots open. I can set up my tent. A lot of these shelters don't have very many tent spots around them. They're just the shelters. So we'll see when I get there how it goes. Whew, okay. This is one of those mud pits that you're not quite sure you really want to step in it because you don't know how deep some of those sections are going to be. So you just kind of go on the outside where you can see other people have walked on the dirt or the stones on the outside. Ooh-wee. The sun coming out, it's starting to get warm. I don't know if I should take my poncho off or not. It took me a bit to get it on. But maybe I should pull off to the side here and go ahead and get the poncho off. All right, today was day 61 on trail. It was a 12-mile day, I believe. It was rough in a few spots. It was a really long climb to get up to the fire tower. I didn't stop at the second shelter. I went ahead and came on down to the third shelter. Kid Gore shelter. So I'm now 8-point-some-odd miles from the road that I'll get picked up at tomorrow. It wasn't supposed to rain today, but it did. The skies opened up later this afternoon, probably about 40 minutes before I got here to the shelter. I am in my tent. I'm tenting vice staying in the shelter. There's a family of 5 in the shelter right now. So a guy, Chipper, and he's hammocking and I'm tenting. So, but there was a picnic table while sitting there. You could nice view, and the sun came out, and it was beautiful because you could see a rainbow. So you'll see pictures of that. But anyway, it was overall a pretty good day. I'm super tired, super tired, and I'm just reevaluating my future with the AT. I'm just not having fun. It's pretty boring hike day after day after day. There's just not great views like there are in springtime when there aren't leaves on the trees yet. So I don't know, I'm just not finding it to be fun at all. So I'm just going to reevaluate if I want to continue or not. Because to me, once you're not having fun, what's the point of it? So hope tomorrow's a better day. Not that today was bad. It wasn't really bad at all. I would have liked to have gotten an earlier start, but the shuttle driver wouldn't show up until 8:30. I would like to have been on trail by 6:30. But you got to take the rides when you can get them. But that's all for today.